Hbar's price action has been worse than a stablecoin's over the last 2 years and is down roughly 50% from its price of 10 cents at the start of 2024. Now, don't get me wrong, there's been some pretty decent pumps on Hbar, but those all seem to get sold off within a couple of days, and the price just can't seem to gain any traction or maintain it. Now, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down why I sold my entire Hbar position and what you should do if you hold any Hbar. I'm not trying to fudge you out of your bag, but I just don't see Hbar making those great gains this bull cycle compared to other altcoins that have a lot more potential. Selling my Hbar was not an easy decision for me. I was an Hbar maxi. I'd been accumulating since the bull market in 2021. I didn't sell anything, watched it go down, and started accumulating in the bear market at premium prices. I was super bullish on their hashgraph technology. I thought it was the future of crypto and that it would blow traditional blockchain technology out the window. They always bragged about its transaction speed, how cheap these transactions were, and how green they were. They boast all these crazy partnerships with big companies and corporations on their governing council. But fast forward to mid-2024, and the chart looks like this. Like I said, it wasn't easy for me to sell my Hbar position, but breaking down the reasons of why I am bearish and why I sold will give you a better understanding of what you need to be looking for in a cryptocurrency that does have potential to make maximum gains with minimal risk. So here's the top 5 reasons why I sold all of my Hbar. Number 1, the marketing is terrible. There's no juice, there's no hype, no intensity. They operate in a pretty old school way, and operating in an old school way in the new crypto realm just will not catch the eye of new investors. Let's take a closer look here. Now, when we're looking at Hedera's social media, their marketing, I always like to look at the X accounts of like the founders, presidents, etc. So when we look at Charles Adkins, he's the president of Hedera. Honestly, he's kind of a boring guy. And if you look here, his last pin is July 12th, and his last post is August 1st. That is over a week ago. It's August 8th right now. No, it's August 9th. So his last post was over a week ago, and it's just, his presence is not there. And when you run a big company like Hedera, you want to be posting like every day, just keeping the engagement up. Letting investors know that, hey, I'm here, we're doing stuff, we're making improvements, let's hype up this token. But you just don't see that here with Charles Adkins. And you compare that with Anatoly Yakovenko, the co-founder of Solana Labs. He posts, look at this, probably 20 times a day, whether it's reposting or making his own posts. His last post, his pin post, was August 7th, and look at 1 hour ago, today, 1 hour ago, an hour ago, and whether he's posting, just reposting other people's stuff, posting about changes in Solana or improvements that are taking place or even needed, just that engagement that he has here, kind of goes hand in hand with price action. It just shows the presence of them. We compare that with, say, we're going to look at Hbar here. We're looking at the weekly chart. So we're looking all the way back to 2019. We had a decent pump in the previous bull cycle, and then bear cycle hit, boom, down to here, had a little bit of a pump, have a couple little pumps here, and then had that other most recent pump and just completely sold off. And now we're even back to the bear market lows, which is it's impressive how bad that is. I hate to say it. Now compare that with Solana. It's a completely opposite chart. There's the previous bull market. It had a lot of FUD in the previous bear cycle, but it's gained its wings again. And, I'm not saying that social media and marketing is the be all for price action, but it just kind of shows like what is their presence, what are they doing with the company, what is the hype around it. And it's not always about technology. It's not about, hash graph or transactions per second. Like that doesn't honestly matter too much in the crypto market. Like it's about hype. Even Solana went offline this year, and that might have caused a little dip, but we're still super strong. If you didn't know, I'm a huge Solana maxi. It's one of my biggest bags that I hold. But just goes to show that it's important. Marketing is very important. Number 2, the partnerships and associations that Hedera have are very corporate and traditional. With the likes of Google, IBM, and Boeing being on their governing council, they seem like a very, very corporate token. And us crypto bros and investors, we don't really care for corporate. With these big corporations and the partnerships they have the appearance of being a very centralized crypto. And to even run a node on Hedera, you have to be part of the governing council. And in my eyes, that is very centralized, which once again, us crypto investors, we don't care about centralization. We favor decentralization. And on another note, Hedera is big on green initiatives, being carbon neutral, which is great and is a bit of a marketing ploy. But as investors, we don't care about your green initiatives. We don't care how much energy you use. We only care about number go up. If you want to invest in something green, go invest in solar panels or wind turbines and be happy with your 5% gains over like 2 years. Number 3, Hbar is already sitting at a pretty high market cap of about $2 billion, even when it's at just over 5 cents. Now, we don't care about price. If you're a newbie, you are looking at price. But if you know a little bit more in the crypto space, it's all about market cap and market cap potential. So let's dive into this. So looking at coinmarketcap.com, we're going to be looking at all the cryptos by market cap. So obviously Bitcoin, King Daddy Crypto, is sitting at 1.18 trillion. And we're going to go all the way down to number 38, which is where Hbar is sitting. It's currently at a $2 billion market cap, and the price is 5.6 cents. Now, for Hbar to jump up to, say, a 10, 11, $12 billion market cap would be roughly 250% gain, and it would be sitting at about 30 cents, which would be a lot. It would be a big jump from here. That would put it in almost the top 10 cryptos. As you can see, the top 10 are sitting at, 12 and up. But I just don't see Hbar getting close to the top 10 in this bull cycle with the way price action is going, with the way they're operating, their marketing. I just don't see that happening. And normally I would say it's a good safe bet to invest in a token that is above a $2 billion market cap. But just with what I'm seeing, I don't think it's a good risk to reward investment. Number 4, price action tells a story. Now, from the start of this current bull cycle, we've seen many tokens that have a strong narrative and potential behind them make pretty bullish moves, and they've held these moves. Over the last month, though, we have seen a pretty strong sell-off on altcoins, but lots of tokens have made a notable recovery, but Hbar is still sitting at its bear market lows. Now, let's take a look at some other tokens and compare their price action to Hbar's. So we're going to look at Bitcoin first because it's the king of all cryptos, and we're going all the way back to 2019. We're looking at the weekly chart, so each one of these candles is 1 week of price action. And as you can see, it's a very healthy chart. You had the previous bull cycle and then the bear market here, and we had its recovery in this current bull market. This is the sell-off from last week actually, and it's made a 20% recovery, which is very nice to see. Looking at Ethereum, very similar chart, bear market lows, nice recovery, and a nice little recovery from this pullback here, another 20% recovery or so. And then we'll look at Solana. Another very healthy chart. I'm super bullish on Solana. Bear market lows. It was fudded hardcore during the bear market and has made such a nice recovery. It's really nice to see. Another token I'm super bullish on is Injective. Where are we? Okay, Injective. Now it's had a pretty nice pullback from the highs, down 65% or so, but I am still very bullish on Injective. They've had a really nice recovery. That's like a 30% recovery from the lows of this week here. And then we're going to look at Hbar. It doesn't look good, right? I just want you to take a look at this. It's not good. It's kind of in the same category, which it is ISO 220 token. Same as like QNT. They're kind of doing the same traditional way, making big partnerships with big corporations, big banks. XRP is actually even looking a little bit better than Hbar's price action, and they're still dealing with all the FUD surrounding them. They might rock it, they might not, we'll see. And then you got pretty much the worst token is Algorand. Now, one of the bad things that they did is they actually partnered. I'm pretty sure they tried to partner with Hillary Clinton. So trying to make a deal with the devil, not going to work in your favor here. But those are just a couple of examples of, tokens that I think are a little bit stronger. They have a stronger narrative, more potential, similar market caps. Some of them have similar market caps. Injective's quite low. Render had a pretty decent pullback, but I'm super bullish on Render. It's a nice recovery. But as I showed you here, Hbar has not really had a recovery, and it's just not looking bullish at all. So you got to kind of take a look at other tokens in comparison. And number 5, I do think they tarnished their name with a recent misleading tweet, something that I don't think they can recover from. So if we take a look at this article, Hbar's BlackRock partnership fail, what's next for real-world assets on Hedera? So on April 23, 2024, Hedera's native token Hbar jumped over 73%. It was actually over 100%, basically 100% jump. After UK-based digital asset exchange Archax, which they work hand in hand with Archax, announced that it tokenized the BlackRock ICS US Treasury Money Market Fund on the Hedera blockchain. However, BlackRock was quick to dismiss any commercial relationship with Hedera. In a note to Cointelegraph, BlackRock clarified that it had not selected Hedera to tokenize any BlackRock funds. And once Cointelegraph, released this information, the entire pump got sold off. Let's take a look. You can look at the 1 hour chart. It's super obvious when you look at the 1 hour chart here. We go all the way up to 18 cents. Let's get rid of that. Boom. Look at that. And then a complete sell-off. Up over 100% in a day. And then the next couple days. So within 6 days, completely sold off. It wasn't able to withstand, it wasn't able to hold that pump. And you know what the crazier thing about this is? So this guy here, Shane Higdon, the co-founder and CEO of Hbar Foundation, I think total greaseball. So he actually transferred 5 million Hbar the same day of this pump. I was looking into it, and it shows, I'm reading a couple articles, it wasn't considered insider trading, but he transferred, being the co-founder, Selling off during a pump is greasy as hell. Like, you hold your tokens if you're a co-founder. And so apparently he transferred 5 million tokens right around this part of the pump. And then he obviously sold them off and made a sweet gain. And the thing is that he even reposted this Archax tweet, knowing that Hbar didn't actually make a partnership with BlackRock. And then 2 days later after this, then he announces that, like, oh, this is the clarification. He reposts the Hbar Foundations. We wanted to provide some clarification surrounding Tuesday's announcement, and says what really happened. And, there is an actual, like, legit partnership. This is 2 days after. Meanwhile, he's just sold his bag, and just big greaseball there. I do not want to invest anything with that this guy is the co-founder and CEO of. Just on 100% no. So it was actually on this last pump that I decided to sell my entire Hbar position. I saw it as a chance to get out in pretty decent profits and just rotate those profits into other tokens that I believe will outperform Hbar this bull cycle. Tokens that I saw will give me a much greater return with less risk. So I'm going to make a video on my top crypto picks for this bull cycle, which I'll link in the description box below. And since I made this rotation, pretty much all these tokens are already outperforming Hbar. Now, if you didn't buy this most recent dip at the absolute bottom, you're probably down pretty bad on your Hbar bag. So I do hate to tell people to sell at a loss or sell their conviction bags. I hate selling at a loss, and I rarely do it. But I just don't see Hbar doing more than a 2 to 4x this bull cycle. Now, it could miraculously pump to, 15, 20, 25 cents. But the odds of that happening are very low when you take into consideration all the things I've talked about in this video. And when you critically think and look at the bigger picture of Hbar's price action, what's marketing, what's it doing. I hate to be a fudder and everything, but I'm trying to look out for you, the retail investor, because I've been burned in the past by holding on to crappy tokens that promise the world and don't do anything. I want to help you maximize your gains this full cycle because you have an incredible opportunity to make real crypto gains, 6, 7, 10, 20 X's here and there, 50 X's. But I just don't see that happening with Hbar, and there's much more opportunities out there. So, let's be real. Hbar has incredible technology. The hashgraph technology is great, super fast, super cheap. But just because it has great technology doesn't mean that Hedera, really cares about the price. They don't care if it goes bullish or not. They're just doing their thing. They're making money. You have to critically think it as them as like just a big corporation looking to make profits. You're an investor. You're not a developer. You're not in it for the technology. Your main goal is to make as much money possible this bull cycle and hopefully get out in profits before the bear market hits. I don't want to disappoint any Hbar variants. I used to be one myself. I was a huge maxi, but it took me a while to realize that Hbar probably won't do much price action wise. Like I said, I'm just trying to help you maximize your gains while minimizing your losses here. And if you hold on to your Hbar bag, it might even go lower. So this is not financial advice whatsoever. But, I want you to take your emotions out of it and look at the bigger picture. You don't have to be married to this bag. It's okay to humble yourself and sell at a loss or rotate out at a loss. With all that being said, what can you do about the situation right now? Like I said, this is not financial advice, and I highly recommend you do your own research. But I would look into tokens that I believe have potential to make bigger gains than Hbar this bull cycle, like Solana, Render, Injective, Aerodrome, Arweave, and Coty. Now, some of those tokens are lower market cap, so there is higher risk, but with that is higher potential for gains. I will go more in depth on those tokens, those being my top picks for the crypto bull cycle, in another video. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification button. If you have found this content valuable to your crypto investing, drop a like on the video. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.